Phones on these students from Senegal's top university highlight their painful disappointment in the country's young populist government. Many feel it's failing to live up to its promises as it faces a major debt crisis. Violent clashes with law enforcement erupted at Cheikh Anta Diop University in early February after students protested over what they said was unpaid financial aid. Students reported police storming into dormitories, beating them with batons and shields. At least one student died under disputed circumstances, more than 100 were arrested, and the Dakar campus remained closed weeks after. Communications student Babacar Diouf says he was beaten by different groups of police and was left with hand and eye injuries.
A group of police officers beat me to the point where I could no longer sit or lie down.
Eyewitness video verified by Reuters shows officers beating an unidentified person outside student residences. Authorities said force was necessary to protect public property, alleging some students planned to ransack a campus restaurant. The unrest shows a growing rift between President Bassirou Diomaye Faye and his young backers, who had helped propel him and Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko to power in 2024. But they face tough economic choices after uncovering an estimated $13 billion in borrowing misreported by the previous administration. It's one of the largest cases of hidden debt ever recorded in Africa. The International Monetary Fund froze a $1.8 billion lending program after the disclosure. The government has publicly ruled out a debt restructuring and has prioritized repaying international investors. A day after the unrest, Higher Education Minister Daouda Ngom said Senegal spent much more on scholarships compared to neighboring countries in 2025, saying it shows his nation spends enormously on social works and study allowances. Though government documents show student aid is down in the 2026 budget. Student groups say first-year students received the equivalent of about $143 for October through January, less than half of what was due. The government insists it's not behind in payments and had simply altered the payment schedule. With jobs shrinking and new transaction taxes adding strain, students say they're being asked to pay the price.
For example, the student who lost his life, or the two students who completely lost their eyes, or the other who lost his hand. If they had known that these demands would lead to such damage, they might not have even claimed the scholarship. But these are their benefits. It's legitimate for students to claim what they're owed.
Many like Diouf say they're not against economic reforms, but those should start at the top levels of government. You can't call for reforms and want to start with the common people, Diouf says, especially a layer as vulnerable as students.
Aussi vulnérable que les étudiants.